but the most important part of your experience is actually gaining a deep understanding of our methodology. And part of that is really understanding the language that we call design thinking. And we believe that fluency in that language is in part a function of cycles. So we're going to embark on a challenge to get a quick introduction to some of the language we use.
So this is the process we're going to go through. Empathy, define, ideate, prototype, test. We're going to go through all these stages with you. Empathy is getting out and talking to your customers directly. Very hands-on experience. Define is defining a problem statement from that empathy work. Ideations, commonly brainstorming is one of the ways you ideate, but you get lots of new ideas about what you might want to do to solve that problem. Prototyping, you actually build and make things to test those concepts, and then finally you actually get out and you actually test them with your users. So we teach it in a linear fashion. And I think the key thing is traditionally so much of our work lives we start with define. We start with a problem defined for us. But one thing we want to say before we even start this exercise, sort of the most important thing I would say in my teaching of design process is think about it a little bit more like a set of mindfulnesses. We teach it in a linear way. But as you finish, we'll talk a lot more about how to use it in a non-linear way, meaning it's a set of mindfulnesses. Prototyping can be done with or without testing. Ideation can be done with or without defining a problem and empathizing in advance. So I want you to think about these as you sort of go through the exercise.
So our bias, as George mentioned, our bias is to do rather than talk, and then after we do together to reflect.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to get us moving. And what we're going to do is we're going to engage in about an hour-long activity. As a group, we're going to redesign the gift-giving experience, okay? I'm sure some of you were like bad kindergarten students and looked ahead in your packet. It's okay, I forgive you. Please don't look ahead if you haven't already done so. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to right now think about the last gift you gave. We're going to redesign the gift-giving experience. But the thing is, when we do human-centered design, we aren't designing for ourselves. We're going to be designing for a user, and you're going to design for somebody at your table. So what I want you to do really quickly is think for a moment about the last gift you gave. Everybody just reflect. What's the last gift I gave? And we define the gift-giving experiences everything from realizing you needed to buy a gift or realizing you forgot to buy a gift, to thinking about what you might want to get, to figuring out what you're actually going to buy, to purchasing it, to paying for it, to wrapping it, to giving it, to receiving thanks, to not receiving thanks. All of that is your experience, okay? So think about that experience. What's the last experience you had giving a gift? Think about what it was like. And what we want to challenge you to do now is you're not going to be redesigning the gift you gave. You're not going to be redesigning your own experience. We want you to redesign your partner's experience of giving a gift. So the point here is not to help your partner find a better gift. That's not the point. Can't go back. There's no time machines here. But the point is help your partner gain empathy for your partner and about their entire experience of the gift-giving experience and actually redesign that experience such that the next time they give a gift, it's a better experience for them and hopefully for their recipient as well.